What is up, NBA fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. I'll be doing a live play-by-play and live scoreboard for tonight's Summer League game of the Houston Rockets versus the San Antonio Spurs. I'm a San Antonio Spurs fan, but everybody, of course, welcome. Hopefully for a good game tonight. Late breaking news, Joshua Primo, or maybe it's not breaking, but Joshua Primo is out, and I'm assuming out for the rest of the Summer League because he's got the 1-9. I also am seeing in the chat, Chip Engelland is leaving the San Antonio Spurs. I did not know that. I'm not sure when that was announced. I was doing stuff today, went on a bike ride after work, and just I can't be checking the internet every 5 minutes to see if there's Spurs news, unfortunately. So sometimes things you miss things, and I guess he's leaving the Spurs. Now, you know what? We'll move on. We'll persevere. This gentleman left the Spurs, and we've moved on. We haven't won since he's left, but we've moved on. My favorite player has been gone for pretty much 2 decades, and you just have to, you got to move on. I'm curious to see what Blake Wesley does tonight. I'm curious to see who the Spurs start with him out. I got to assume the Rockets are starting Jabari Smith Jr., which I'd be shocked if they don't. He's on the thumbnail. Dark days ahead, aggressive. I hope we win too, Sebastian. It'd be nice to get. I'm only calling this game, and I called yesterday's. There's one more game, I believe, after that. That's Friday at like 4 o'clock, and I can't call the game, and it's also not on ESPN either. Excuse me. So I won't be calling that one. So hopefully one of these games we can win, but I think the regular season could be a little rough. Coco Sisters, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. In TSR we trust? Well, thank you. Now, if Blake Wesley goes for 40 tonight, the hype train, choo-choo, is going to be full-on all aboard. I don't see that happening. One thing I do need to see improvement in his game, and he's young, so it's still very early, is he was getting blocked left and right. Oh, my girl, that's the Houston Rockets beat reporter. No, wait, no, it's not. That's not the girl. That's somebody else. Anyway, Blake Wesley was getting rejected left and right in the paint last night. I think he got blocked 4 times. You guys told me in the Cavs game he also got blocked 4 times, and I think I remember reading in his scouting report that's somewhere where he struggles finishing at the rim. Granted, you don't need to be a strong rim finisher. Steph Curry made a career of shooting as far away from the basket as you can. Coco, I hope for a fun season, but my expectations are top 5 pick. We have to be realistic. Unless Kellen Johnson and Devin Vassell and other guys make a huge leap over last year, you can't take a team that was fringe playing. And we were fringe playing, guys, ladies and gentlemen. I know we made the play-in last year. A lot of that's because the Lakers absolutely stunk it up in the second half of the season. If the Lakers were the normal Lakers, they're in there in the playoffs, and we're not in the play-in at all. Then you take the best player off your team and trade him. And we don't really know who's going to run the offense. I don't think Primo's going to be the point guard. That's not his natural spot. I can't imagine the Spurs running Blake Wesley, so I got to think we're going to start Trey Jones come October. And I like Trey. He can't shoot the 3, though, and he is undersized in today's NBA. The players are on the court, by the way. Holy crap. So we are up. All right. And away we go. DJ Stewart, Blake Wesley, Malachi Branham, Robert Woodard II, and Dominic Barlow. Deshaun Nix, Terry Eason, Jabari Smith Jr., Josh Christopher, Ty Washington for the Rockets. And a jump ball is going to go out of bounds to start us off. Tank for Victor. We're not going 0-82. TK, that could have been a problem with his performance. I didn't know he was sick when I did my video today. I don't think a lot of us knew that. That could have been a big part of it. And an alley-oop layup to start the Rockets off. And they're up 2-0 as the battle for Texas, the Summer League battle for Texas, is underway. It is going to be Spurs ball, and probably going to be keeping an eye on Blake Wesley and Malachi Branham personally tonight. Speaking of which, Blake with the ball right now pulls up for a 3, and that one is no good. And it's going to go to the Rockets. We have an open 3 from the corner, and that one is swish, kill the fish for Deshaun Nix. The Rockets are up 5-0. Deshaun Nix, loving the hair, man. Love it. Grow it out, man. Grow it out. RIP to our shooting. Malachi Branham for a pull-up 3. That rattles around and in. I want to see Malachi Branham more aggressive tonight. Seemed like he was deferring a little bit last night, and I want to see him just shoot the ball more. A lot more, if he can. Rockets ball. Jabari Smith Jr. drives to the post, pull-up jumper. In-N-Out Burger for Jabari Smith. His first shot of the game, I believe. Spurs ball. Who's going to step up for the Spurs tonight? That's what I want to know. And a turnover. Bad pass to Blake Wesley. Couldn't hold on it. Rockets have a fast break. Alley-oop and a big blown shot. Terry Eason cannot put it down. A blown alley-oop for the Rockets. Wesley dishes it inside, and we're going to have a bucket and one. And the Spurs bench is fired up. I see Jeremy Sohan on the bench and Joe Wieskamp, even though they can't play. Nice dish by Blake. And he finds Dominic Barlow underneath for the bucket and the one. You guys seem to be behind Dominic Barlow. Last night was my introduction to him. Didn't seem like he was getting any calls going his way against Jonathan Kuminga. I'm curious to see what he does tonight. Jeremy Sohan is there. I'll get right on it, Phil. Thank you for being a channel member, by the way. First free throw is good. Of course, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. Fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious, and it helps the channel. And it's the only thing I'll ever ask you for. Well, obviously, if you want to subscribe, that's cool too. That's a quick pull-up three down the other end. No good. Offensive board goes to Terry Eason. Ty Washington with the miss. Put back, no good. Spurs ball. Nice glazing bacon. Sorry, man. Spurs ball and a turnover. And a fast break and a dunk for Josh Christopher. Rockets take the lead 7-6. Just FYI, these quarters are 10 minutes tonight. So since this game started on time, hopefully my stream will be less than 2 hours. Last night's was 2 hours and 25 minutes, which is like a regular NBA game. DJ Stewart drives in the paint, and he is going to be fouled. Let me update my roster since Josh Primo is out. Put DJ Stewart in the starting lineup. And DJ Stewart was on the Spurs last year, but him and Robert Woodard had two-way contracts, and well, they never played. Not with the San Antonio Spurs, that is. Blake Wesley drives into the paint, throws up a layup, and converts! My man finished in the paint. All right, good. He got blocked left and right last night when he went into the paint, so that's a good start for Blake Wesley, and a nice drive. And tell you, Blake Wesley, his arms are ridiculously long, and a nice steal by Blake Wesley on the fast break. Wesley takes it in and gets fouled. Oh, it goes out hard. He's okay. He's all right. I'm live. All right. Yeah, stream's going strong. No Jeremy Sohan. We're not going to see Jeremy Sohan in the Summer League. He got the 1-9, that thing, and he's out for the entire Summer League. Blake Wesley at the line. First free throw is good. Yeah, that Yankees game was J Money. I don't even want to talk about it. Both free throws good. Blake Wesley with 4 points now, I think. All right, Glaze and Bacon, thank you for stopping in, man. Get some rest, too, if you need to. I did see the classic jerseys. I don't know how I feel about them. Jabari Smith for three. Rattles it in and in. We have a tied game, 10-all. Jabari Smith Jr. was definitely a player I would have liked to have gotten in this draft, but the Spurs picked ninth. No chance of getting him. He was long gone when the Rockets took him at 3. Good draft for the Rockets. Drive, miss. Offensive board, miss. Woodard with the miss. Stewart with the miss. Another offensive board for the Spurs, and now Brandon with the miss, and finally the Rockets pull it down with 6:40 to go as the Spurs got multiple offensive rebounds, but blew every single one of those shots. Jabari Smith Jr. stepped back. It looked like he was going to shoot, instead he pulled it down. Over to Josh Christopher. Finds his man for an open three in the corner, and Terry Eason, a player a lot of Spurs fans wanted us to draft, drains the three for the Rockets. They're up 13-10, 6:20 to go. Blake Rookie of the Year. Let's not get carried away yet. Let's wait and see on that. Malachi Brandmount, three-point land. Takes off into the paint, passes it out. Woodard for three. That is no good. And offensive board for the Spurs. Spurs are their offensive rebound looks good tonight. We've got that going for us. It is Spurs ball and a whistle. Dominic Barlow traveled. 5:55 to go, and we have a timeout. Jeremy Sohan's multicolored haircut is in the chat. What the heck? Phil, is that you? That's gotta be. That's gotta be Phil. Jeremy Sohan's yep, that is. Jeremy Sohan's multicolored hair. All good, Omar. What a name is right. Rich, did you see new throwbacks? Yes, I did. I don't really know how I feel about them. I probably won't get one because it would just feel weird wearing a throwback jersey with a current player's name on it. But I mean, it's cool they're doing. I like them more than the new Fiesta jerseys. I don't like our new City Fiesta, whatever they're called. Not a fan of whoever designed them. Like the next. We definitely want it. They are showing Jordan right now. It's for a video game, I guess. NBA 2K or is NBA Live still around? NBA 2K23 Michael Jordan edition. Okay. Feeling sharp. Feeling better if my team. It's summer league. You try not to read too much into it. If Blake Wesley goes off again tonight, I think the hype train's going to be, just off the charts. You might see my thumbnail. I said my thumbnail says he's a steal to draft. Mainly in the video, I said that's not the case. It's still early to tell. But looking at NBA analysis report card for the Spurs draft, a lot of analysis rated the pick of Blake Wesley at 25 very high. I was very ho-hum on it. Didn't know a lot about him. After doing a scouting report, I felt better about the pick, but I just didn't feel like how he fit in at the time, because at the time DeJounte Murray was our starting point guard. DeJounte's no longer on the team, so is it possible the Spurs? I think they must have. NBA draft night, they had to have known that they were probably trading DJ. I gotta think they were. Well, Primo's got the 1-9 Flat Earth Gaming. Booker's on the cover, Coco, but there's a Michael Jordan edition. I don't know what the difference is besides Jordan's aiming on it. Rockets ball, and if he made substitutions, my apologies, I'll probably struggle with calling the game a little bit as I don't know a lot of these players. Josh Christopher, 3, no good. I do remember Josh Christopher from last year. Still Rockets ball, and an easy layup is Ty Washington just drives right up the paint, and there's no opposition whatsoever by the San Antonio Spurs. 15-10. Halfway through the first quarter, and a whistle. Hopefully this is not a foul fest like last night. Last night was brutal. Just way too many fouls. The game was over 2 hours and 20 minutes total TV time, which no G League game should be that long when the quarters are 10 minutes. I'm very impressed with Darius Days, number 38. By the way, this is on ESPN1. This is on regular ESPN if you're looking to watch it. So it's cool. Brandon with a quick pull-up 3, no good. And another offensive board for the Spurs. And speaking of, Darius Days with the rebound. Unfortunately, he just threw it away, and it's going to be Rockets ball. Darius Days, 6'7", 245 out of LSU, undrafted. Very curious to see how he finishes out his summer league and if he's there for preseason. Definitely a player you might want to keep an eye on for the Spurs, as he's definitely outperformed expectations. 5 minutes to go. Rockets ball. Jabari Smith Jr. One-on-one with, I don't know who that is. Missed a shot. Javin DeLawyer. ESPN is showing the Spurs. They're showing the game because it's Jabari Smith Jr. Let's be honest. They're probably not showing because of our team. Nice turnaround jumper, but no finish for DJ Stewart, and it's going to be Rockets ball. Trying to fast break again, and a turnover by the Rockets. It is Spurs ball. 15-10, 4:25 to go. Blake Wesley drives baseline into the paint, throws up a layup just short. Nice move by him. Offensive board for the Spurs, and a putback by Javin DeLawyer. Yeah, Spurs' offensive boards are really strong tonight, or the Rockets' defensive rebounding is really bad, or a combination of both. Probably a combination of both. Jabari Smith Jr. open for 3, no good. Darius Days with the rebound. Darius Days last night had 17 points and 12 boards on 5 of 10 shooting. Blake Wesley flies into the paint, dishes it out, and the Spurs offense will reset. Out to Brandon for 3, no good. Malachi Branham is letting it fly tonight. Fortunately, it's not flying into the rim. Tupac or Biggie? Landon Sports Talk, thank you for stopping in. I was never a big Tupac or Biggie fan. I like a song by, I know one song by both of them, or maybe 2 songs. I don't really have a preference. I was more of a Dre Snoop guy in the early 90s. And wasn't there like a rivalry too between a lot of the rap artists in the early 90s, like Death Row Records and whoever was not on Death Row? There was just a whole lot of drama there. And unfortunately, people legit, are no longer with us because of that. It is Spurs ball. After the miss, sorry, I didn't see who made the miss for the Rockets. 15-12, 3:30 to go. Turnaround jumper by Branham. Nice turnaround jumper by Malachi Branham. That's what I want to see more of. He's shooting it tonight, my friends. He is letting it fly tonight. That is a good thing. And we're going to have a foul. Foul on the Spurs. Jordan Hall with the foul. 3:18 left to go in the first quarter. Rockets up 15-14. Started for the Spurs were Dominic Barlow, Robert Wooder, DJ Stewart, Blake Wesley, and Malachi Branham. Joshua Primo is out with the 1-9. So his summer league is officially over. And maybe that's why he was so bad last night. Because he was awful. He was just really bad. Jordan Hall punches the ball out of Josh Christopher's hands. It's going to stay with the Rockets, 13 on the shot clock. That turnaround was nice, aggressive. It was. All good, man. All good, Landon. Appreciate you stopping in. There are folks that I see every 3 or 4 months. It just, you've been with me since 2019. I don't know if you were with me when I was stuck in the 80s or shortly after I started the Sports Reaction channel. This was originally called the Sports Reaction. Now it's TSR Sports. But you've been here for a long time, man. We're under a few different channels, too. Bryce Smith Jr. passes it out for 3, and the 3 is no good by Trevor Hudgens. And Spurs ball down by 1, under 3 minutes to go. And the Spurs turn it over. Your vibe check. What's going on? It's been a while. It's all good. I also haven't been live in a long time. I mean, I was live for the NBA draft and had a fantastic turnout. Had my biggest live crowd ever in the history of the channels. We had 7,300 people watching for the NBA draft. Unfortunately, for a lot of my viewers, Kai Soto was not drafted. I know I had a pretty large Filipino audience that night, and I was hoping to get drafted in the second round. It didn't happen. Pacers and DeAndre Ayton, no kidding. Wow, brand new Jeremy Sohan's multi-haired haircut. Thank you for being a channel member as a new viewer. That's really cool. I don't know what's going to happen with Kevin Durant. He's a great player, don't get me wrong. But he hasn't won outside of anywhere besides Golden State. Did not win except for with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and company. I think he's like a supersized Robin, but he's not the Batman. When he's the Batman, his teams don't win. Take a look at the Nets. Take a look at OKC. He's a great player, but it doesn't something missing there. I don't know what. I did talk about the throwback jerseys. I like them more than the Fiesta jerseys, but I probably won't get one, to be honest. These are the two most for Anthony Edwards. Wow. Carl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, and 4 first rounds for a player that's going to be 34 this season. Paul Banchero was shut down. Does he have the 1-9? I think we should take Westbrook. Nah. I know we could do the Russell Westbrook trade with the Lakers and Nets and take on Westbrook's contract and buy him out. I don't know what the buyout amount would be. I have no idea. It likely would be a first rounder from the Lakers in 2027 and 29. And the Lakers might be bad at that time. Let's be honest. I mean, LeBron James, the window's closing on him very, very, very quickly. He's pushing 40. And Anthony Davis, who knows if he'll stick around in LA when LeBron either leaves or retires. And LeBron could leave. He could possibly leave. When Bronny gets drafted, he might go wherever team that is. We have a drive. We have a layup attempt, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it's going. That was Brandon with the layup attempt. No good. It is going to stay with the Spurs. No Primo, the prune. No Primo. Spurs ball. Pull up 3 from the baseline. It's good and 1. Who's number 18 for the Spurs? I don't know who that is. He didn't play last night, but he just hit a big 3. This guy looks like he's like 30. Who's number 18? That beard makes him look really old. Good afternoon, Noble Legion. Thank you for being a channel member. James Wiseman looked good last night. I think we can get Westbrook. Can we waive him? Then why don't the Lakers just waive him? Folks have said that, like, let's just get Westbrook and waive him. Like, well, if we can waive him, why can't the Lakers? Is it some kind of contract stipulation if it's your original team? But if you're traded, I don't know. The NBA's, there's so many contract laws with the NBA, it can get very confusing. Kai Bowman, thank you. Appreciate you. I don't know anything about Kai Bowman. Just that he hit a 3 and 1. That's all I know. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't know who a lot of these guys are. A lot of these guys you'll never see again in the San Antonio Spurs uniform after the summer league. Nope, no Primo. 18 is not Devontae Haycock. Come on now, Jeremy Sohan's there. Sohan does look like a mini Rodman. Hopefully his defense and rebounding level, but with better offense and none of the distraction stuff. Dennis Rodman became such a distraction in his 2 years with the San Antonio Spurs. I don't want that, but I would love the rebound. I would love to have the rebounding and defense. Work was good, Ernie. Work was good. Got a lot of stuff done. Went out for an hour bike ride. I am able to ride my bike again. For those of you that don't know, I told you I took a drug called Cipro, which had a nasty side effect of weakening my tendons, specifically in my ankles, after only 2 pills. So I immediately stopped taking it, and I haven't been able to play basketball for the most part since I took it about 6 weeks ago. When I'm getting back into biking, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I won't be able to play basketball again this year, but a lot of people tear their ACLs, tear their Achilles, which is an injury I'm worried of getting. So that's why I'm treading carefully the torn Achilles. And if I have to just rehab and take it easy and do other stuff and maybe work my upper body more or my abs and different types of workouts, I'll do it. Spurs on an 8-0 run in the last 3 minutes. 18-15, 2.5 minutes to go. It is Rockets ball and a nice drive, but a missed layup by Deshaun Nix. And now the Spurs turn the ball over. Right back the other way, and a quick, easy bucket for Terry Eason. Sloppy basketball by our Summer League Spurs. Well, Devontae Haycock must not be on the team anymore because that is not Devontae Haycock on the floor. I know a Haycock when I see one, and that's not a Haycock. Malachi Branham for 3 again. He misses again. Branham really struggling from beyond the arc. I like that he's letting it fly, but it's flying nowhere. And that's a turnover by the Rockets. Eric Holman steps out of bounds. 1:55 to go. Primo's done for the summer. We do Chris Lightsey. Thank you for being a channel member, by the way. I think Devontae's gone. I think Devontae Haycock is not going to be a Spur next season. I think his contract was up after last season. They haven't tried to extend him or sign him, and his number is taken by somebody else. He's got to be done. It's too bad. Blake Wesley with the ball right now. We'll dish it off and back to Blake Wesley. 10 on the shot clock. Wesley crossover, spins around, passes it out. 3-point attempt by Darius Days is no good. KK Chow, good evening. Oh, I can't see your comment. Oh, did you, Greg? Yeah, I don't want to tear my Achilles. That is a long recovery, and at 44 it would be even longer. And we're going to have an offensive foul on the Rockets. Spurs ball, 18-17, 1:23 to go. And that drug I took weakens your tendons. Your Achilles is one of them that'll weaken, so no jumping for me. Biking, it can get a little sore while riding, but overall I feel great, and I'm just going to have to do things a little differently. By the way, former San Antonio Spur legend Marquise Chris is on the Houston Rockets. Oh, you didn't know? I didn't. Pull-up jumper, Wesley short. Rockets ball. Rockets on the run. Spurs trying to get back in transition, and they won't. Alley-oop layup to Terry Eason. Terry Eason's looking good tonight. That's a player a lot of you guys wanted us to draft, and we didn't. And now he's cooking us for breakfast. Quick pull-up baseline jumper is no good. Spurs get the rebound, and the putback is good and one. Jordan Hall missed a shot. Javen Delalier with the putback and one. Veronica! Yes, Dominic Barlow did get a 2-way contract. I think we have 1 2-way contract left, Spurs fans, to give out. I assume it'll be one of these guys. Just depends who plays the best. Spurs are in the bonus, 49.5 seconds left. Jabari Smith Jr. checking back in for the Rockets. Hey, fellow Yankees fan. I don't know who that is, but he's wearing a Yankees hat. What a game last night. Ugh. Both my teams lost last night. Both my teams misses the free throw. Both my teams, the Yankees and the Spurs, had leads last night. Big leads, mind you. And then blew their respective games. It's always nice when both your teams lose on the same night. Just Rockets ball. 10 on the shot clock. We have a drive, a layup, and a miss by Deshaun Nix. Spurs on the run. Kai Bowman over to Hall. Hall back to Bowman. Bowman looking for a pick and roll. Not going to get the pick. Not going to get the roll. Back over to Darius Days. Days out in 3-point land. Crossover back to Blake Wesley. Wesley with 8 on the shot clock. Wesley back over to Days. Days going to launch a long two, and that is a brick. No good. Darius Days not looking too good tonight. Who would you want your Giants to draft between Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud? The Giants end up the worst record. I don't want to think that they're going to have the worst record. I don't know enough about either player. Are they both quarterbacks? Because I had to assume the Giants have the worst record. They're moving on from Daniel Jones. I don't know enough about either guy. Ghost 15, it's going well, man. Yeah, Veronica, all I've known on this channel is losing, for the most part. I started this channel a little over 3 years ago. My main teams are the San Antonio Spurs and New York Giants, and they both have had losing seasons every year I've done this channel. I am a Kristen Press fan, so I got to see her win a World Cup with the United States Women's National Team, but then they blew it in the Olympics. And now she's got a torn ACL, and she may never play with the U.S. Women's National Team again. I am a Yankees fan, and while the Yankees have a winning record over the last 3 seasons, buzzer 3 is no good by Ty Washington. That'll end the first quarter. So overall, on this channel, I've been mostly, there's been a lot more losing than winning. We'll go to Q2, and a tight game, Spurs up by 1. Is there beef between you? He said that you don't like him because he's... I don't like him because he's sour? I don't know what that means. Now, I will tell you a story. I told this once on a live stream. I stopped watching his content. It was nothing against him. It was like 4 or 5 months ago when, whenever the NBA trade deadline was, and he was covering every single trade out there, whether they were legit, nonsense. He was just covering everything. And he liked to do that. Hey, that's his deal. But because he was doing that, every time a video popped up of his, I was like, oh no, do I need to cover this? I didn't hear about this. And I would research it and be like, okay, there's not a lot of reporting on this. I don't want to report on it. So one of on his videos, I think I called him Clickbait Clan, which I'm sure he didn't like. I think it was the Pacers, the tall guy. The 6'10", 6'11" forward that was traded. I can see his name in my head, but I can't say it. And I eventually, apologized on the video and apologized on a stream. I shouldn't have done that, but I have no beef with him. For me personally, I've already told you guys, I'm not working with any other Spurs channels. Another Spurs channel, not Clan the Spurs fan, for the record, not Clan the Spurs fan, had decided that they'd like me to be part of the Spurs family and do content with them. And I was a part of their website. And then, unbeknownst to me, I was off the team. Was never told, never sent just a courtesy email, Twitter message when I was on the Twitters like, hey, because we're not doing post-game reports anymore, which is what you were helping out with, we're going in a different direction. I would have been, okay, cool, whatever, that's fine. But just not telling me and just removing me, I think is very low class and cowardly. So I decided I'm just going to fly solo when it comes to Spurs content. Maybe I'll work with somebody again in the future, but for now, I'm just going to roll solo. Second quarter on the way. 22-19. Blake Leslie with the miss, and I think I didn't see who got the putback on that one. My apologies. Sabonis. Thank you. I couldn't pull his name out of my brain. Officially a knee injury for E.J. Liddell. He will not return for Pelican. Oh, man. Well, that sucks. Marquise Chris actually never played for the Spurs. He just he was part of a trade and never played with us. That's a big 3 from the corner for the Rockets. Sorry, I was looking at the chat. I think that was Terry Eason who hit the 3. He's got 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting. Dude, this kid's playing tonight. And now a whistle on the Rockets with 9:15 to go in the second quarter. How is the third pick? Who was their third pick? Oh, you mean the third pick overall, Jabari Smith Jr.? So far, decent. I got confused because my Spurs had 3 picks. Actually, they had 4. They had 3 picks in the draft. The Rockets. Did they have 2 or 3? Darius Days for 3. There we go, Darius Days. The Kerm, I still haven't turned it on. I got water in it Saturday at 6 p.m. I'm still having it set on its side and blowing a fan into it during the day. I'm just, I'm like, I don't need it right now. This laptop's working. I want to make sure that sucker is as dry as possible. Turnover for the Spurs. Blake Wesley in with the Thunder Dunk of Justice. All right. But I'm taking extreme caution with turning that laptop back on. This is my backup laptop, my friends. My primary laptop. I spilled a cup of water on it like a dummy. Ooh, nice push off and no foul by Eric Holman. And the fouls I can actually go against the Spurs. And my laptop was not on when I spilled water on it. So I might be okay, but that thing's got to be completely dried out when I turn it on. Carlos Gita, como esta? Carlos, I was live last night, my man. I was live for the San Antonio Spurs versus the Golden State Warriors, and live tonight, and then I won't be live again until, I don't know. But I am live tonight for the Rockets in Spurs Summer League. 2 free throws for the Rockets. The first one is good by Eric Holman. 6'9", 24 years old, rookie out of Mississippi. Wow, he's an old rookie out of Mississippi State. Stang is doing good, man. Kevin Randolph, thank you for stopping in. Kerm, I don't know. The Giants streams are going to be tough. My Spurs streams, they're inconsistent depending on who they're playing. But overall, I usually get at least a few thousand views, maybe more. Like tonight's an extremely small crowd. We have an incredibly small crowd tonight. It's also an early game. That could be part of it. But my Spurs streams would probably have 25 people watching maybe. So it's going to be tough to go back to that. Nice pull-up jumper by Darius Days. I might do it anyway if I'm watching it, but I know the struggle is going to be real. But the whole point of streaming is to have fun, and I'm sure there'll be a few Giants fans in here. And I've had actually Giants fans come in. There's no secret. Bad Dog and Entertainer are the bigger, or the biggest, I guess, independent Giants channels on YouTube as far as I know. And as far as small content creators go. And no defense by the Spurs if Terry's just drives up the paint and throws down a dunk. They're going to have, like, the majority of the offense. There's also Kid Blue and the Hub. And for me, it's, I've had some people come in though and say, hey, you're pretty chill, and there's a ton of swearing on the channel I'm watching, so maybe that could help me. I don't know. Nice move by Dominic Barlow in the paint to get in, throw it off the glass, and the Spurs up 31-26, 7:22 to go. What's a Giants fan? A fan that has never seen their team blow a huge lead, 31-3 in the Super Bowl. You got nothing to stand on, Jeremy Sohan. You got nothing. This Spurs ball. Barlow on the post, almost turns it over. Instead, he kicks out to Days for 3. Days! It's Darius Days! All right, Darius Days, I see you from here. Likewise, Carl, happy to see everybody tonight. Three by the Rockets is no good. Spurs ball, trying to go fast break. You get it up the floor, and the layup is no good by Dom Barlow, but he is going to get fouled and go to the line for 2. I would like to see less fouls in these Summer League games. I really would. But then again, you want to call the games like you would an NBA game. So I get it. I'm feeling if Darius Days keeps playing like this, the Spurs need three-point shooting like nobody's business. He could be our other two-way contract. He's 6'7", 245 pounds. He's a big dude. Little box. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. I didn't see the Spurs. I saw like 2 minutes of the Spurs-Cavs game, so I don't know what the heck happened in that game. But I watched all of last night's game and obviously called it. There's another player coming out on the floor I don't recognize for the Spurs. Oh, well. I'll just wing it. Jeremy, I'm just kidding, man. Hey, I was rooting for your team in that Super Bowl for the record. I was not happy either that night. Both free throws good, and the Spurs have a 10-point lead, but the San Antonio Spurs have shown us, whether it's the NBA team or the Summer League team, no lead is safe, as they can easily snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. It is Rockets ball, 6:25 to go in the first half. Jabari Smith Jr. with the ball. Dish it out. Trevor Hodgkins with the ball. And he'll take a shot and miss. Foul. Barlow's looked okay. Are you talking about the Ravens? Yeah, Carlos, that Red Sox game sucked last night, man. I did not like it. I think Darius and Terry Eason were teammates. Oh, were they? David, I didn't actually know that, but it makes sense. Lakers losing all the way, losing at the very end last night. Oh, the Lakers lost last night? I thought they were winning on it last check. I guess they lost. 2 free throws for the Rockets. First one's good. It is 36-27. 6:14 left in the first quarter. Sorry, first half. Second quarter, first half. Yeah, Tari Eason's looking great. Second free throw rolls around quite a bit. Finally bounces home. It is 36-28. Wow, we don't even have 50 thumbs up yet. I guess people are not interested in this game after the Spurs' performance last night. All good. Blake Wesley drives into the paint, dishes it out. Pull up three. Good! Robert Woodard, who was on a two-way contract with the Spurs last year, remains to be seen if they'll pick him up again this season. There's Rockets ball down by 11. Pulled three down the other end is good. 39-31. I'm not gonna say it on the channel. The other Spurs YouTuber that burned me. I'm not gonna do that. I could be that guy. I'm not going to. It doesn't matter. Blake Wesley drives but misses the shot, and we're gonna have another whistle. Oh my gosh. No Josh Primo. He's got the 1-9. Do you think Jeremy will play in the first game of the regular season? Probably. I don't know what the Spurs' plans are for him. Are they going to send him to Austin? Is he going to come off the bench as a backup 4? Is he going to start at the 4? We're going to have to wait until preseason to see what he's got, unfortunately. I don't think there's, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's nothing else between Summer League and the preseason, which isn't until early October. William, thank you for stopping in. Ernesto, I didn't even know Chip was leaving until I started the stream. I have no idea what's going on there. J-Money, you work at Fenway? What? I didn't know that. The Kerm, I think Jeremy Sohan, I think what the plan may be, I don't think Doug McDermott's going to get traded until before the trade deadline. And I think Sohan will back him up, and then the Spurs can make the switch at the trade deadline. Trading Doug McDermott. Sorry, Veronica, if you're still in the chat. And then trading Doug and starting Jeremy Sohan at that point. Apparently Chip has got... No! Please tell me that's not true. Chip England's going to... No. Come on. You guys got to be messing with me. No way Chip England's going to the Golden State Warriors. I want to see if I can find that story. Chip England leaving the Spurs. Chip England. Oh, Steve Kerr starts. Oh, okay. Yeah, that came out 3 days ago. Longtime Spurs coach Chip England to leave team. I never saw it when I searched for San Antonio Spurs news. That never popped up. Oh, wow, that sucks. I thought I found a Spurs. Oh, he's leaving at the end of his contract. Well, I mean, no, Havoc. I won't be streaming. The only games I stream are the Spurs games. Quite frankly, to be honest, trying to stream other teams, I don't care who wins or loses, which is why I stopped calling other teams. If I'm not calling my team and I'm calling, say, the Warriors versus the Lakers, could I probably have a good stream? Maybe, but I have no vested interest in either team, and it's not the same. Full-time Spurs fan, who's playing? Barlow, Woodard, Stewart, Wesley, and Branham started. Joshua Primo is out for the Summer League. He is got the 1-9, so he will not be back. Nice drive by Jabari Smith Jr. Couldn't finish. Gets the offensive rebound put back, and it is 41-33. Chip England. Katie, no. Kevin Durant's not coming here. Don't want him, to be honest with you. A miss, but a huge thunder dunk of justice by Robert Woodard. I know you guys might be crazy. Like, why would you want Kevin Durant? You got a rebuilding team around Kevin Durant. And a nice steal and a fast break. Huge dunk. Robert Woodard back-to-back dunks for the Spurs. Don't try to cancel me because of that. That was a 40-inch slip-up. Robert Woodard balling out right now with back-to-back dunks. A dunk and then a steal. And then Robert Woodard's actually kind of jacked. He's an athlete, go figure. A huge thunder dunk. Blake Wesley is playing. Joshua Primo has the 1-9. But in regards to what I was saying, if you bring Kevin Durant on this team, You have a rebuilding team. We're not winning an NBA title with Kevin Durant only. We're not. So what are we with Kevin Durant? Probably somewhere between a 6 and 8 seed, maybe 5 if we're lucky, in a loaded Western Conference, and we get knocked out in the playoffs, and we're right back to getting a draft pick between, what, 10 and 14? Or not 10 and 14, mid 19, 20, somewhere in the Luka Samanic territory. No, I don't want Kevin Durant. You can knock the Giants all you want. You're not going to offend me. You're not telling me anything I don't know. They've been bad for a decade, minus one anomaly year in the playoffs where they bought a whole bunch of defensive players. Spurs won't sign anyone that is in age. Yeah, exactly. They're not going to sign anybody. Jack's Query, good evening. Did you know Blake Griffin? Blake Griffin's a Laker now? So they needed another former All-Star that's way past his prime? Hasn't Blake Griffin been kind of terrible the last few years? It was the Clippers, wasn't he? He's like, or the Pistons. I don't know. He bounced around. I can't remember where the heck he is. Not the Clippers. I don't know where he is, but I know he's been pretty bad the last few years, hasn't he? Kayla 5, good evening. Yes, his knee injuries have derailed his career. Now, I will say this: if any Cowboys fans talking smack about the Giants, yes, you do have more Super Bowls. Your team hasn't been relevant this century. You ain't won nothing. You got nothing to stand on. You haven't won crap in the 2000s. You've made it to the playoffs numerous times, and every year, this is our year. This is our year. No, this is our year. And every year, you choke and they make their fans cry and have to say next year. At least we got 2 chips plus an appearance in there. As bad as my team is, 2 Super Bowls to 0 in the 2000s. With all that talent your team has had, too. Tony Romo, T.O., who's the running back they traded away? That one's like the Titans. Crap. DeMarco Murray, Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott. What do you got to show for it? Nothing! Nothing. Every year, same crap. This is the year. Nope, not this year. Okay, next year. This is our year. Yep, I'm done. 45-33. Let me focus on the basketball game. 4-1-3 on the clock, which happens to be my area code growing up. Western Massachusetts, West Side. Spurs ball. And I don't know how we did not get a travel by DJ Stewart in the paint. He was doing all sorts of moving, but his pivot foot didn't move. Jabari Smith Jr. with the foul. And we might have... Oh, is this a jump ball? Never mind, not a foul. Jump ball. I stand corrected. Primo's out with the 1-9. He's got the 1-9. He's done in the Summer League. And wow, very mistimed jump by DJ Stewart. The Rockets easily win the jump ball and then immediately turn the ball over. Spurs on the run. Malachi Branham into the paint. Thunder dunk of justice. And what is this? What's with the Spurs with all these dunks? I'm not used to this, Spurs fans. Mind of Josh, I became a Spurs fan because of David Robinson. I was a New York Giants and New York Yankees fan because I grew up in a New York household in Western Mass. Discovered David Robinson in the early 90s, somewhere in late 90, very early 91. I don't know the exact timing. Nobody had an NBA team in my house, and just discovered him and started following him, started following the Spurs. Poof, Spurs fan. I know it's a weird mix, Giants, Yankees, and Spurs. I get called a bandwagoner at times because of that. For you, and I'm like, well, one of those teams has been bad for a decade. If you want to give me the Yankees, sure. I grew up in a Yankees household, but fine, whatever. And then the Spurs were not playoff successful when I became a fan. They were a playoff disappointment every year. David Robinson would carry that team to the playoffs, and they would just constantly get knocked out by the Jazz or the Suns or whoever, or the Rockets. I'm thinking that Josh Primo could, Derek Gutierrez, you know, I'm going to give him a pass for last night. If he had the 1-9 last night, then that could have really affected his game. Of course, if he had it last night out there playing with other players, you have to wonder, are there other San Antonio Spurs that may now have it? Could the opposing team have it? I don't know. Any of the coaches, the refs? 2 free throws for the Rockets. The first one is no good by Josh Christopher. Nice, Carlos. David, definitely a class act. A great player on the court and off the court. A legit role model. Nice-minded, Josh. All right. We are dunking a lot. Of course, they are all very, very young players. Second free throw is good. 47-34. 3:30 to go. We do have room for Darius Day's Dragon Floor. We have one 2-way contract as far as I know. And Darius Days could pick that up if the Spurs just decide to make him an offer. And drive, and the ball is lost out of bounds by Robert Woodard, trying to do maybe a little too much, creating his own shot and getting into the paint. Oh, John, you've seen it all. You've seen the best of times and the worst of times. Why do people hate? Who hates us? Nobody hates us, Carlos. Do you mean Yankees fans? I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. I mean, yeah, don't let it get to you. Drive, miss, Spurs layup, and the Spurs are not on the run. Rockets get back in transition. Darius Days standing on the NBA logo, dishes it out. Quick pull-up three by Branham. No good. Gets his own miss, drives into the paint, and gets a layup. All right, Malachi Branham, I see it. Whoops, not over there, Rich. Oh, why do people hate the Spurs? I don't know why people hate the Spurs. They haven't been relevant in a few years. Another easy layup for the Rockets. 49-36, 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. I mean, I don't know. Darius Days with the ball. Pull-up mid-range jumper is going to bounce off the rim, bounce off the backboard, and bounce in. The Spurs have crossed David Robinson's number. It is 51-36. Rockets ball. And an out-of-control drive by Ty Washington misses the shot. It is Spurs ball with 2 minutes to go in the first half. I think Trey Jones is going to start. Darius Days wide open for a baseline three. Good. Darius Days gives the Spurs an 18-point lead. William, that's actually good. There you go, Carlos. People don't like the Spurs because they were a dynasty, but people consider them boring because they played strong defense and they were a defensive-minded team, not a score 125 points a night type team. So people thought they were boring. Troy, good evening. Go Spurs, go. New coach, Quinn Snyder, maybe. Me. Maybe I take over Pop. He might be John. He might just be. Big C Podcast, good evening. KO, thanks for stopping in. Go Spurs, go to you. I don't have my my little animated GIFs right now. I am streaming on my backup laptop. I've mentioned to you guys a million times. My current laptop is still down and out. I will turn it on maybe tomorrow or in the next 2 days. We need some thumbs up on this. Are we going to have a Spurs stream not get to 100 thumbs up? Only 61. Well, that's very low. I need your help, my friends. Kaylee could be right. Yeah, we're not just going to accept Westbrook for the sake of it. Days is 6'7", but he is 245 pounds. He is a big dude. He might not have the length, but he's got the girth. Yeah, I said that. I did see the new black throwbacks. KJ's right here. J Money. I'm wearing it. That's where Kelvin is. He's on me. I got a Johnson on my back. With Victor and DeAndre. I don't think we would get both of them. Spurs roster by positions. Guards, Malachi Branham, Trey Jones, Romeo Langford, Joshua Primo, Josh Richardson, Devin Vassell. Forwards, Keita Bates-Diop, Devontae Kaycock, Zach Collins, Kelvin Johnson, Jeremy Sohan. Centers, Jakob Poeltl. Gorgie Zhang? Hello? Didn't we just sign Gorgie Zhang? Am I missing something? Is he not our center? Our backup center? And isn't Zach Collins also a backup center? ESPN. Jeremy Sohan's got the 1-9. I am too, Legitness Productions. Darius Days is winning me over. Nice drive and layup by Daishawn Nix. He was actually partially blocked, I think, on that shot and still put it in. Minute and a half to go in the first half. Spurs are up by 16. Blake Wesley kind of having a quiet night for the Spurs. Malachi Branham, pull-up jumper is front rim, no good. Rockets ball. Blake had a huge butt, but that... That's a three. I think that was Daishawn Nix again. I was looking at the big butt comment. Yeah, that was Daishawn Nix. And we're going to have a timeout as the Spurs lead is slowly shrinking at the end of the first half. Aren't they though, mind him, Josh? Actually, that's a good point. He is on the bench. He can't be there if he's got the CO. And I know he had some hamstring issues. I've heard he's rolled out for the summer league. I don't know what he's got. He ain't got playing time. That's what I do know. I don't have a hatred towards Tiki Barber. I don't like what he said and how he left the team, and it bit him in the butt because when he left the team and retired, the Giants won a Super Bowl immediately the next season. That being said, Tiki Barber is still one of my favorite three running backs of all time for the Giants. It's him, Rodney Hampton, and I guess Barkley right now. Oh, I've only really seen Saquon Barkley play 2 seasons. The dude can't stay healthy. Yes, he is, John. Yes, he is. It's still hamstring. Hamstrings scare me. Hamstrings can linger and linger and linger for a long, long time. Tiki Barber's a 10-10 name. Don't forget he had a twin brother, too. I think we will, J Money, at some point. Doug McDermott will get traded. It's just a question of when. Timberwolves gave up way too much for Rudy Gobert. 4 first-round picks, I believe, and a boatload of players. I don't think in today's NBA, 2 bigs like that on the floor is going to work. If they prove me wrong, great, but I think they gave up way too much for a player that's 30 years old. Will be on the wrong side of 30 when the season starts. Yes, I know he's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. I think they gave up too much. Hamstring in NBA is like the high ankle sprain in the NFL, which can last sometimes a whole season. My sports analysis. So if there's anybody wondering, if anybody calls me an NBA analyst, I'm not an NBA analyst, but another YouTube channel, pretty much, call it like I see it, stole my audio from a Kai Soto video and said, NBA analysis says Kai's coming to the NBA or some nonsense. And I'm like, no, that's me. I'm a Spurs fan. Turnover and a fast break layup for Jabari Smith Jr. We got a super chat in the chat. Spurgeon Marshall drops a $2 super chat and says, team is running smoother with the lack of turnover. Turnovers, your team is going to do much better when you're not giving the ball to your opponent. Less than a minute to go. Yes, toilet paper is in the house. Cunt Bardo 565. Thank you for stopping in. Channel member, appreciate you being here. Darius stays for another 3. Ooh, just missed. And a foul on the Rockets. Is Cat a power forward? I just still don't think giving up that much, I don't like it. I don't like it. Tiki Barber, playmaker Ghetto, did not have a lot around him. He had the last years of Eli, or the first years of Eli Manning before Eli became at least a, capable starting quarterback. Blake Wesley gonna have to force a shot, takes off, and throws it into the paint, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. And he had Kurt Warner for half a season. Then he had tons of years of Kerry Collins. Yeah, Monty Toomer was a really good wide receiver. Probably not a Hall of Famer. It was the Barber show. He had maybe a little more help than Barry Sanders did in Detroit, but still, he was, he's carrying the team. It sucks. It's a rough time for Giants fans. I mean, on defense, we had Michael Strahan. We had defensive All-Pro, but on offense, unless we had an All-Pro on the offensive line, which we might have, there wasn't a lot in the passing game. Rockets ball, 3-second difference between the shot clock and game clock, 8 seconds to go. Jabari Smith Jr. for 3, go! And the Rockets have cut it to single digits with 5 seconds to go. This is looking like last night, Spurs fans. Blake Wesley, half-court 3, off the rim, but no good. The Spurs have not won in the Summer League, just for the record. They have not won a game. We're going to halftime, and if they lose tonight, they'll be 0-3 with 1 game left. I don't know, we play on Friday. It's a really obnoxiously early game for a Friday. It's like 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm not calling that game. And as you can see, it's kind of tough to get a crowd tonight on an evening game, but trying to do a Friday afternoon game, heck no. Plus, after work, I want to work out anyway, and that would totally mess up my day. So I will pull up some stats. Statistics. Oh, I got to do it on my computer because I'm watching on ESPN. Damn you, sir. Stop autocorrect. I have been to a Spurs game. I have not been to a Spurs game in San Antonio, Texas. And that's something on my bucket list. I got to get out there at some point. I just don't know when. Yeah, y'all pretty free spirit in Texas, right? Like, I won't have any trouble flying in there. Like I'm not going to get locked out or stuff. Let's pull up the box score. All right, for the Rockets. Eason with 14 points, Smith with 10, Washington with 4, Nix with 8, Christopher with 3. Any other stats that stand out? Uh, Eason and Washington, Washington, both have 2 steals each. Off the bench for the Rockets, Hudgens with 2, Lamb with 3, Mitchell with the donut, and Holman with 2. That's the Houston Rockets box score for San Antonio Spurs. Spurs going with a 10-man rotation opposed to the Rockets. Joshua Primo is out tonight due to the 1-9. Dominic Barlow with 9 points. Robert Woodard with 7. DJ Stewart with none. Blake Wesley not having a good shooting night tonight, my friends. He's 2 of 9 for 8 points. Malachi Branham not having a much better night, 4 of 11. Wesley and Branham are combined 1 of 8 from beyond the arc. That's not going to get it done. Off the bench, Darius Days looking good again, 5 of 8 from the floor, 3-5 overall. He's got 13 points and 7 rebounds in 13 minutes. He's on pace to go for double digits again, plus 20 points and plus 10 rebounds. Delalier with 4. Hall, Edwards have not scored for the Spurs. They each have a donut, and then Kai Bowman wraps it up with 4 points. So Darius Days, our leading scorer. He plays good in the last Summer League game. Now, he has been getting in foul trouble. The last game, I think he had 3 fouls. He's got 3 fouls in this game, so he's got to work on He's got to work on staying out of foul trouble. That being said, that last 2-way contract, he's making a legit push to possibly get that. Good evening, Butterfly. Eason looks better than Smith. So far, yeah. Has Wesley been getting blocked? No, John, his shots just aren't going in. He's made some nice moves to the basket and has not gotten blocked, but he hasn't been converting some of them. Branham is looking for a shot today, TK. He was extremely passive previously. At least he's shooting. With Davis Burns, and he gets me tickets up. Nice, Mind of Fish. Okay. Yeah, I forgot Davis Burns is on the Mavs, but ideally, it probably wouldn't be this year. I'd have to plan it out. But ideally, the Giants play the Cowboys in Dallas in November or December one year. Then I can see the Giants play the Cowboys in Dallas, and this is going to be an expensive trip, but also see the Spurs play whomever in San Antonio. That would be, I think, my dream Texas trip, is to see the Giants in, I don't remember what the Cowboys Stadium's called, but it's a beautiful stadium. I mean, I can't stand the Cowboys, but I'm not going to take away. Jerry Jones built himself, how was that, $1 billion, $2 billion, $3, $4 billion, whatever it costs. It's a beautiful stadium, and I would love to see Giants playing it. And catching a Spurs game, that same trip would be just icing on top. AB, thank you for stopping in. Salute to you. You know, the NFC East is struggling right now. The NFC East is struggling a bit. People forget the NFC East has more Super Bowls than any other division. I'm pretty sure that fact still holds correct. Think about it. The Dallas Cowboys have, 5? The New York Giants have 4. I'm sure the Giants, they have 4. The Washington Redskins have, I'm not going to call them the other stupid name, because the Washington Commanders don't have any Super Bowls. They have 0. The Washington Redskins have 3, right? 2 in the 80s, and then the 91 season with Mark Rippon. I think they have 3. Unless they won one in the 70s. And then you have the Eagles with 1. So between the teams, that's 13 Super Bowls. I'm pretty sure that's the most out of any division in the NFL. There's 4 divisions, so 8 divisions. We're on Super Bowl 55, 56. So the average division should have, you would think, 7 each. And the NFC East has almost double that. All right, Veronica. TSR, do you think this team could at least make it to the Summer League playoffs? As far as I know, there's only one more game after this. I only see one more game on the schedule, so if they finish 2-2, I don't know if that's going to be enough to get in. Johnny might be, but at least he's shooting. Report, Miami Heat and Utah Jazz interested in sign and trade for Colin Sexton. Azim, I'll tell you who will win. The team that scores the most points is going to win tonight. I guarantee that. I don't see why the Rockets would tank. Patriotic, I did an NBA draft, a mock draft for next season. CBS Sports ran it, and they had the Rockets finishing, I think, first overall as the worst team in the NBA. And I was like, what? There's a lot of talent there. I don't think they're going to be a top 5 team in the Western Conference. Could they be fringe play-in? Depends how the rookies play. Maybe he doesn't do contacts. Hey, Not being able to see makes a difference. Remember a Wild thing from Major League? After Vegas is the Utah League. Yep. No, we're not. So wait, is that a different league? Are the San Antonio Spurs also part of that Ichiboy Rico? Because I saw the Utah League and I didn't know what that was. I saw the Golden State Warriors, I think, in there and it said they were 0-3. I'm like, the Warriors aren't 0-3. Is that a different? I don't know what that is. But I don't. I have to agree with William. I don't think that we're making the summer league playoffs. It just the struggle's been real. I just don't think it's happening. It's okay. I mean, the whole reason we're checking these out is we want to see how the young guns are doing, the 3 19-year-olds. Ideally, we wanted to see the 4 19-year-olds out there, Jomi Sohan, Blake Wesley, Joshua Primo, and Malachi Branham. Sohan's out for the Summer League. Joshua Primo's now out for the Summer League. So, unfortunately, all the players that we wanted to tune in to see, they ain't playing. Duncan's staring at you like he wants to punch you into mouth. Well, yeah, he's making a fist. He's ready to smack the crap out of me. But Rich, you know why the NFC North is weak? Because it's an easy division for the Packers to win. They do win pretty much every year. And they don't do anything with it. They've won. Aaron Rodgers, for all the hoopla surrounding him, has won 1 Super Bowl in his career. Just 1. I don't think he can be the GOAT with just 1. Whoa, Joe. Ouch. I truly believe if we had someone we especially, yeah, I think we would definitely be doing better. I don't have Chuck Norris tonight, Veronica. I don't know if you were here when I announced it last night, Veronica, or earlier today, or earlier in the stream. My primary streaming laptop is down right now. I spilled a cup of water on it like a dum-dum Saturday afternoon around 6 p.m. The laptop was off. If it was on, it would immediately have shorted out and be done. Now, it still might be Dunsky. I've had it for 2 years, so if I have to replace it, so be it. But if it's, let me back it up. It might be done, but I dumped out the water, dried it off, and I've had a fan blow. I've opened up the panel, the back panel, and I've had a fan blowing into it all day, yesterday and today, just trying to dry it off. I'll probably turn it on maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. I might just wait a full 4 days, or a full 72 hours. Actually, before, I mean more than that. I mean 96 hours. Because the whole thing is you don't want any water on any electric circuitry, and I want the thing to be as dry as possible and not have to buy a new one. Thankfully, it happened in the off season. The Spurs just have the summer league right now. The New York Giants don't have the preseason until next month, and I'm not covering the preseason. I can't stand covering the NFL preseason. It's just not for me. Not for me. PC, Windows. No Mac for me. They're so darn expensive. I know they're good, but I just don't want to have to learn a whole new OS and da-da-da-da. Spurs will start off the third quarter with the ball. Blake Wesley will start us off out in three-point land. I just realized Blake Wesley's shorts are kind of short. Kind of old school in a way, how short they are. He wears short shorts. True, Joe. Jakob Pertl still on the fence if he'll be a Spur after the season. Could he get traded before the trade deadline? I don't know. I really don't. Could he get traded this summer? No idea. Blake Wesley drives in the paint, gets fouled. And it looks like... Oh, what just happened? We still up? I just saw a little blip that OBS went down. Am I still good? Did we have like a lag for a moment? I think we're okay. Blake Wesley's first free throw is good. Not sure what just happened, but I think we're still up and running. That's it. Who wears short shorts? All right, J Money, enjoy the game. Blake Wesley hits both free throws. So at least Blake Wesley can hit his free throws. 56-46, 9.5 minutes to go so far. Baseline drive, layup by Deshaun Nix. Air one! 56-48, trying to make the three-point play. The George Gervin era jerseys, it's cool to see them. I probably won't buy one, though. I don't like buying the one. This is going to be a one-and-done thing, I feel like. It's kind of like the Fiesta jerseys a few years ago, the black ones with the Fiesta colors on them. Then we had the Skittles Fiesta jerseys last year. Now we got the, in my opinion, kind of awful-looking Fiesta jerseys this year. I don't want to buy a jersey that's 1 year and done, if that makes any sense. Three-point play is good. I'd rather buy a regular jersey, a jersey that the players are going to wear, throughout the whole season or seasons. Barlow drives in the paint, throws it high off the glass. That is no good. Edgar, I would quit my job if that happened. And a layup down the other end is going to make it 56-51. The Spurs had like a 15-point lead in this game and are slowly squandering it as Ty Washington brings it to 5. Spurs were up big last night and blew the lead. No other way to word it. Malachi Branham with a rifle pass to Dominic Barlow, turns the ball over in the paint, and the Rockets have a fast break and an easy layup down the other end for Ty Washington. It's a 3-point game. Spurs in the home court. Rockets are on a 17-2 run in the last 5.5 minutes. That means we were up by 18 at one point. Wow. And I wouldn't buy any jerseys now, too. Jeremy Science multicolored haircut. With the way the Spurs are rebuilding, I would not buy a jersey in fear that they could be traded at a moment's notice. No, we can't keep a lead. And the Spurs are on 5-0. No, we can't keep a lead. This is awful. 15-point lead last night, blew the game. 18-point lead tonight, blew the game. Wesley drives, dishes it out, and that's a three-pointer. Was that Brandon for 3? Yep, Malachi Brandon for 3. I don't want Kirk Cousins as my quarterback playmaker. You know, he's a good regular season quarterback, has never had success in the playoffs. Rockets ball. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, and that's a turnover. Spurs looking to run, and the Spurs turn it right back over. Christopher misses a layup, and then multiple follow-ups by Terry Eason. Can't get it to go, but he is going to get fouled and go to the line for 2. Mickey, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Go Chargers. Okay. I could go for a nap. I was up early today. I'm like old and stuff. I'm going to be 45 this month, Spurs fans and Rockets fans and just TSR Sports fans. TSR Sports going to be 45, man. No, I don't want Jimmy grab a blow. Nope. No thanks. Jimmy G, injury prone, pass. First free throw is no good for Terry Eason. I'm passing hardcore on Jimmy G. Nope. William, well, he's a scorer. He's a 3-level scorer. That's what we drafted him for. When I did a scouting report, I didn't see a lot of positives in regards to his defense. So that's going to be a work in progress. He's here for offense, and that's it. Malachi Branham with the ball right now. For those moments, you know, in games where the Spurs can't score, Branham drives in the paint, loses the ball off his leg or his body somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it was his schlong. I can't tell. But either way, it's Rockets ball. When is our number 1 pick playing? He's not playing in the Summer League at all. He is out for the Summer League. Home team, away team. Home on the right, away on the left. That's a turnover for the Rockets. Spurs on the run, 7.5 minutes to go. And a turnover for the Spurs. Dominic Barlow going baseline, couldn't handle the hot potato. It's another turnover. You're getting a Dominic Barlow jersey. Man, that's risky. I would not do that. Another whistle. Good grief. These Summer League referees have been blowing whistles left and right and right and left. Veronica, I got the number 3. I'm rocking the 3. Jabari Smith Jr. will be at the line for 2. He's got 10 points tonight on 4 of 8 shooting, including 4 rebounds. Fido, we've already blown the lead. We were up by 18. We're up by 5. It's not a question of if we'll blow the lead. We've already blown the lead. The lead is gone. Question is, can we maintain, or the big lead is gone. Yeah. Blowing the lead's over. We have the lead, but blowing the lead, it's already blown. We let them right back in the game. We let them off the hook. They are who we thought they were. Exactly, Pussycat Schumacher. Thank you for being here. Classic Spurs. Classic Spurs. Doesn't matter if it's our NBA team, the Summer League, just blowing leads is what we do. No, John, it's maybe because Joshua Primo's out. Maybe the team's off. I don't know. Blake Wesley has not looked very good tonight. He drives and looks like he's throwing up a layup, gets knocked out of bounds. So I don't know if that was going to be a pass. That might count as his first block shot against tonight, as he's had a ton so far. Ah, he was shooting that. That's a block for Jabari Smith. You might want to be careful saying that in Spurs chats, Glaze and Bacon. We have another whistle malfunction in the shot clock, apparently. This is a bummer. I was so looking forward to seeing Jeremy Sohan this summer. Sohan, Primo, Brandon, Wesley. And now we've got literally half of that as Primo's out because of 1-9 and Jeremy Sohan was already ruled out for the Summer League. Edgar, I got to do a scouting report on Scoot Henderson. He's the second best player in the draft from what I'm reading. Pull-up three by Wesley's no good. Nice save by Dominic Barlow. Wesley with a follow-up shot, no good. And Dominic Barlow with the thunder dunk of rebound justice. A lot of dunking by the Spurs tonight. Very odd seeing our guys dunk so much because our regular team doesn't. Hardly ever. I mean, Devin and Keldon, yeah. Jakob Poeltl, not enough. Baseline three for the Rockets, no good for Terry Eason. Spurs ball, Blake Wesley on the run. Dishes it into the post. And a huge block from behind by Terry Eason. And we're going to, offensive foul on the Spurs. Or maybe a 3-second on Dominic Barlow. I don't know what the call is, but it is going to be Rockets ball. I did not hear Richard Jefferson officiating. He played so bad he got sick. New Beavis and Butthead movie, like or dislike? I liked it. It wasn't great. If you're a Beavis and Butthead fan, I would recommend checking it out. It was only like 85 minutes. Give it a shot. Rockets ball down by 6 minutes and 15 seconds left. Drive and a bucket by Dayshawn Nix. Cuts the lead to 4. Now, don't order any jerseys. Don't do it. Don't do it. Malachi Branham out in three-point land. We'll get it over. And, yeah, turnover. I was waiting. Turnover. Josh Christopher drives in the paint. And another foul. No scores in the chat. I'm watching this on Sling, and they're usually behind, so no scores in the chat, please. This is I don't know what to say, Spurs fans. I'm having a replay of the game last night where we were up big, and then when push comes to shove, we blow it in the fourth quarter. Golden State was down, 15 or something at the half, and they came back and won, and the Rockets were down by 18 at one point in this game, and now it's a 4-point game. I have seen the Spurs Classic jersey. I like it. I'm probably not going to get it. That's just me. Doja Go Spurs go to you. It's been struggles real tonight. Turtle can't jump. Jakob Poeltl can't jump. It has nothing to do with right here. He just doesn't jump. He's soft in the paint. Darius Day's better than Wesley, Primo, and Brandon. I don't want to go that far, but he has impressed. Dude's got to stay out of foul trouble. He has 3 fouls already in the first half of this game. He hasn't come back in yet since the halftime. And he had 3 fouls, I think, in the first half last night. He's got to get his fouls under control, and he's impressed. He's a very, very good rebounder, and he's a legit shooter. He seems like a better shooting version of Devontae Cacok, which is why Cacok probably won't be on the roster next year. And anyway, Jakob, Mr. Softy Poeltl. Yeah. Floppy Yaki. He just... And we've seen him dunk with authority. That's what frustrates me when he's in the paint, has a chance to dunk, and he throws up that little jumper off the glass. Throw it down. Unless he has a back problem or knee issue. I know he had some back spasm last year. Maybe he's struggling with injuries, and that's why he wasn't dunking last season or ever. I don't know what's going on with him. Roby who? I don't know who that is, Delfino. No Primo, no Wieskamp, no Sion. Nope. They're all out. All right, we're interviewing everybody's favorite GM, Brian Wright. I don't have a huge issue. I don't really have an issue with him, but I know some of you are not a fan of what Brian Wright's been doing. I certainly question it. I want to say Pounding the Rock maybe had a really good article today about how the Spurs, when they traded Kawhi Leonard, apparently, they said they should have just traded Kawhi where he wanted to go and take 1 million draft picks, but then the situation got worse and worse, and his trade value was going down. When they traded for DeMar DeRozan, they should have probably traded DeRozan. I don't know. Hindsight's 2020. By the way, it's a 2-point game. It is Spurs ball, 61-59. Kai Bowman's checked in for the Spurs. Dish it out, 3-point attempt. There's no good. Spurs get the offensive board. That 3 was missed by DJ Stewart, who hasn't done a whole lot tonight. And Darius Days will lose it out of bounds. Rockets ball, 5.5 minutes to go. I don't want Carmelo Anthony. No way. That dude's pushing 40. Oh, Isaiah Roby. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. KL5, when you guys mentioned the name, I thought maybe there was a Roby for the Rockets. Isaiah Roby, yes, I know who that is. Yes, the forward we took from OKC let him go. I forgot to mention it. We were talking about who's going to start at power forward. Could the Spurs trade Doug McDermott and Roby start the season? Jabari Smith Jr. for 3. I did do 2 briefly, George. Anthony, good evening to you. I know Isaiah Roby's on the team. It's just he's not playing. I'm thinking of the Summer League players, so Roby wasn't in my mind, but he could very much have a chance to start. Step back 3 is no good for Kai Bowman, and the Spurs are down by 1 after being up by 18. We're going to have a whistle down the other end, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Houston. Can't Dominic grab a rebound? Guess not. Wesley is really struggling. I'm thinking, okay, not me. I was going to say, I never said Wesley was better than Primo, and you're saying not me. They're both going to have those kind of nights. Primo was terrible last night. He's got the 1-9. Maybe that's why he was terrible. Like Wesley's terrible tonight. After looking great the last 2 nights. It is Rockets ball. Josh Christopher getting harassed. Kicks it out for 3. No good. 4.5 minutes to go, my friends. I don't bet on any site. Baseline 3 is no good for Jordan Hall. Not a gambling person. The only thing I gamble with is Magic the Gathering. I bought 2 boxes of Double Masters, 2 booster draft boxes. That's it. And I actually did pretty well. That 3 for Anthony Lamb is no good. I probably should have bought some of the collector's packs if you're familiar with Magic the Gathering, but $250 for only 4 packs. I'd rather get a bunch of cards, even if the value's a little less there. I'm there to play the game and look at the cards and have fun opening packs. Pull-up jumper is no good for Malachi Branham. He is fouled and will go to the line for 2. I think McDermott's, and I forgot that Isaiah Roby's on the team. My apologies, not perfect. Yeah, there's a very good chance they're going to try and move Doug before the trade deadline. They're showing a recap of the DeJounte Murray trade. It's in the past. We've moved on. I guess they're asking maybe Brian Wright about it. I don't know. Branham's first free throw is good. Tied game, 62-all. You're probably right, John. I think probably Branham and Wesley could be in Austin. Heck, they might even send Jeremy down there. I don't know. Second free throw is no good. We don't know what the Spurs are going to do. Maybe they'll start off with a rotation of Doug McDermott and Isaiah Roby, trade Doug at the trade deadline, and then call up Jeremy Sohan. I don't know. We have a 3 down the other end, and that is way off the rim. Spurs ball, 3:45 to go. That shot was funky, cold Medina. Was that Anthony Lamb who just launched that brick? Jeez. I don't want LeBron to the Spurs. Not Kai Jones. Let's get Kai Soto. I don't think Kai Soto is going to play in the NBA this year. All signs are pointing to no. Sorry, but that's the truth. Turnover by the Spurs. Rockets ball. 3.5 minutes to go. 62-all. Drive to the layup, and a tough shot and missed, though, by Josh Christopher. And ESPN doing its classic scrunch the video down to show the interview. ESPN's garbage. Nice layup down the other, or missed the layup down the other end, I'm sorry. It's hard to... Do you guys watch these games on ESPN? Is it just me, or does it drive you crazy when they show somebody being interviewed and they take the actual game and scrunch it down? It's like, come on, man. What? Fine, play the audio of your interviewee, but don't mess with the video. Thunder Productions, what's going on? LeBron super cheap if we get Bronny. I mean, I'll root for him begrudgingly, but I would root for Bron if he's on the team. I'll root for anybody wearing the silver and black. Raymond Jet Sink, thank you for stopping in. Spurs and Rockets fan. How does that work? And wait a minute. And Spurs turn it over. Blake Wesley throws it. Not Blake Wesley, sorry. Javin DeLaurier. I saw the hair real quick and I thought it was Blake. It's not. Bronny not going to make it to the NBA. You don't think so? I don't even know if he's any good or not. Rockets ball, 62 all, 3 minutes to go. Jabari Smith Jr. launches a corner three. And it went out of bounds, a brick, and it's going to be Spurs ball. Bronny cares more about gaming. Well, I respect that. Rich, I need to mail you all my Magic cards. I don't. Okay. Yeah, seriously, Phil. I'm sorry, Jeremy Sohan's multicolored haircut. I will take them. Even if it's janky stuff, I have 23,000 count boxes of Magic the Gathering cards in my basement right now. I have friends that are just dumping collections. They're like, I don't use these. You want them? I'm like, yeah. I have 68 Commander decks built. I'm definitely a player when it comes to that game. So it's yeah. I mean, I certainly will not say no if anybody says I'm done with Magic. I'm all in. I like the throwbacks, but I probably won't get one. Bronny want to play NBA 2K. Honey Badger, good evening. It's been a frustrating game to watch. More so because the Spurs, we're close to 100 thumbs up. Can we keep it going? Can we get to 100? We're very close. Just to see the Spurs blow a lead again, 2 nights in a row. I know it's the NBA Summer League in the scheme of things. Yes, I get it. It doesn't really count. We don't want to overhype things or over panic things. But still, you still want to win. You still want if you got the colors on, I got the colors on tonight. You don't want to see your team losing. And I saw the Yankees blow a lead and lose last night. I saw the Spurs blow a lead last night and lose. Now I'm watching the Spurs blow another lead tonight and possibly lose. Good grief. Rich, I'd like to purchase your video game collection. My video game collection, but I still play video games. You're getting the big bucks for Magic. I don't know. I play for fun. The collector's boxes I just mentioned, you can make a profit off them, but the problem is when I buy Magic cards, I just keep them. I don't do anything with them. I did trade a bunch of fetch lands to a buddy of mine for his comic book collection. I was like, I don't really like, I don't play Modern or Legacy or that. I don't really need the fetch lands in my Commander decks. And I just traded him $1,500 in cards for his collection. And I just ended up keeping everything. The same friend actually was going to throw away Magic cards, and I was like, don't throw them away. I'll take them. My goodness. Spurs ball. Darius Days throws it out. We have a pull-up three by, I think that's Jordan Hall. Yes, it is. Jordan Hall for three. Spurs got the lead back. So I just keep everything. Whatever. This is the Spurs' 50th season. You're right, George. This could be our worst season of all time. I didn't even think of that. Imagine our anniversary year, possibly our worst year. 3 down the other end is no good. Fight for the board, and Blake Wesley will not knock it out of bounds. It went off a Houston Rocket. Primo's done for the Summer League. He's done. I did do TSR Gaming, George. I didn't enjoy it. I tried it for like 3 weeks. I didn't like it. I really didn't. Blake Wesley just launches a 3 front rim, no good. It's for gaming, I just want to relax and talk to my friends about anything. Ooh, huge dunk down the other end, whether it be, girls, politics, just whatever. And I was like, I kind of had to center myself. I don't talk about that stuff on this channel, obviously. This is a sports channel, but when I'm gaming to hang out with my friends. I game with friends from Virginia. I game with friends in Massachusetts. And I just want to hang out and not have to worry about what anybody's saying. Malachi Branham is playing. Primo is out for the summer. And Butterfly, got no idea. Spurs up 65-41, a minute 40 left in the game. Dun-dun-dun. Terry Eason gets off his feet, throws into the paint. Turnaround jumper is offensive foul. Anthony Lamb, offensive foul. Plus, I do have other channels I've posted. I know you guys probably aren't interested because it's such a 180 from what I do here. I've got TSR Sports. I've got TSR Music as a YouTube channel, which I love making music. I haven't been doing a lot on that lately because I need to make a song to be able to put content up on there, and that's not writing a song and shooting a music video takes time. My primary band from TSR Music is on Rumble, Eternity Shore, so I've been uploading the previous songs on YouTube there. I also have my old independent film company, Whackbag Films, on Rumble. That's enough. That's 4 channels. I'm making pennies, literally pennies on Rumble right now, but I'm making something. Uh, it's not about that. It's about having fun. We got misses on both ends. Let me focus on the game with 1 minute to go. Days for 3, air ball. Chelsea, I hope so. George, we're going to hit 20K this year. We had a really big last 6 weeks. A lot of growth for my channel. I know Clan the Spurs fan. Despite what people think, there's no grudge between us as far as I know. I know he's been growing. I think he hit around 8,000 subscribers. I was under 15,000 at the start of the month. I'm all about 18. Now it's going to be a little harder, I think, for me to grow over somebody like his channel because the Spurs have a lot of news right now, but I have a majority of my channel's already Spurs fans. I can only grow so much. Deshaun Nix for 3. Spurs down by 2. 45 seconds to go. I've heard a lot of. I've made a Spurs song. I've made 2 Spurs songs. Go Spurs Go and Boom Goes the Dynamite. They're on my music channel. Kai Bowman drives in the paint, almost turns it over, and we're gonna have another whistle. Just keep right. But the prune, I don't want to. I enjoyed reporting on Kai Soto, and obviously I enjoyed the views, subscribers, and I enjoyed the passion the Filipino nation has for the player. But I'm not going to report when there's no news. There's really nothing to talk about right now. If I see big news, I'll talk about them. I also want to try to start following other NBA prospects. It's just finding the time. It's the summer right now, which means beautiful weather's here, and I'd rather be outside biking or doing yard work or just enjoying the weather than doing too many videos on my computer. Wesley drives in the paint, dishes it, and a miss by Robert Woodard. Had an easy layup. He blew it. Should have just dunked it. 20 seconds on the game clock. There's about a second difference between the shot clock and game clock. The Rockets can hold for the last shot. The Spurs were up by 18 at one point, and now they're down by 2. Classic Spurs, my friends. Classic San Antonio Spurs. Tough layup down the other end, and then the game clock couldn't run out. That was a miss. I couldn't see a shot for the Rockets. Doesn't matter. We're going to the 4th quarter, my friends, and the Spurs are down by 2. Spurs are like the Premier League, the Tottenham Spurs. Basketball is really huge in the Philippines. It's like a religion for them. And I think I would, I haven't never been to the Philippines, but I think I would enjoy it over there. They're a very religious country. I think I read they're either Christian or Catholic. I am a Christian myself, and I'll leave it at that. I'm not here to push religion, but I read that. They're very religious. They love basketball. I love basketball. Basketball is the reason I'm not overweight anymore. I was overweight from 3rd grade to 10th grade, got a basketball hoop in the summer of whatever year it was, and played every single day out in 90-degree weather, 100-degree weather, and I grew as well, so I went this way and that way. This is just the rebuild. Oh, is that what it is, Jermaine? Okay. I suppose I should get used to this. Paul, I don't know who the Summer League coach is. I forgot his name. I'm not going to lie. Fido, basketball here in the Philippines is different. You ain't kidding. The whole 4th quarter, dumb videos. We got 10 minutes left. No blood, no foul on the street. Nice. That's awesome. Tottenham Spurs haven't won anything, though. No, I don't think they have. It's the Tottenham Hotspurs, right? Isn't that their full name? All right, George. Hopefully we're winning by then, too. We got 1 more quarter. Looks like this will be a pretty quick stream. Should be under 2 hours, which that's the one thing I really liked about calling the United States Women's National Team when I called them regularly on this channel is their games were all, the streams were under 2 hours. And it's not like, I don't want you to think I don't like streaming, but a quick 2-hour stream in and out, it's just nice. You watch the game and you're done. There's not a million commercials like the NFL. Think about it. Soccer, football, has 90 minutes of game time. Clock doesn't stop, of course, even for injuries. And watching it on TV is about 2 hours. The NFL has 60 minutes of game time. Those games are 3+ hours. 8 million commercial breaks. Long 3 is no good. Rebound and put back by Terry Eason's no good. Another offensive board for the Rockets. The ball is playing hot potato right now in the paint. The Rockets get the ball back again. Terry Eason with a dunk and 1. And the Rockets just 69 the Spurs. Ah, assistant coaches. All right. Jerry, go Spurs, go. But we were down. I'm sorry, we were up by 18. We're now down 4. I got you, Fido. I got you. AK-47. I don't hate them. I dislike them very much. I don't know who I dislike more, the Cowboys or the Patriots. Because I grew up in New England, so I had to. Probably the Cowboys because it's a division rival. Patriots did play us in a Super Bowl twice as a Giants fan. Terry Eason looking great tonight. 18.6 boards, 7 to 12 from the field at his first ball. Malachi Branham after the pick and roll hits a jumper, not a baseline jumper, a short mid-range jumper, 70-67. But Kerm, it could be a rough year as a Spurs fan and Giants fan. Terry Eason drives to the paint, blows the layup. It is Spurs ball. Spurs on the run. Going coast to coast. Ooh, huge collision in the paint. As Dominic Barlow was running into the paint, and it's going to be a blocking foul on Trey Mitchell. Trey Mitchell? Is this just spelled very differently? All right, Jeff, thank you for stopping in. As a Brit, I'm a Tottenham Hot Spurs fan. When getting into basketball, I found it easy to connect with and get behind the San Antonio Spurs. I can say go Spurs go, and it has 2 meanings for me. Guess what? Are they though? Are the Cowboys really America's team? Don't you have to be a winner to be America's team? So wouldn't the Patriots have been America? I hate the Patriots, but wouldn't they have been America's team when Brady was there? Yes, it does, Honey Badger. Who overrates the Cowboys? Usually Cowboys fans. When they say this is going to be our year. All right, the Spurs just 69 the Houston Rockets. Tickets are going to be cheap. If those of you live in Texas, Spurs tickets might be relatively cheap. Another offensive board for the Rockets after the missed 3 and now a foul on the Spurs. Eric Coleman gets fouled. I'm not sure if he's going to go to the line for 2 or not. Marion Barber. Yeah, I saw that. Look, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but that sucks. I won't root for another team's players to get injured or, in this case, pass away. I'm not like that. I will root for the Cowboys to lose every game for the rest of their being. But I don't want to ish any ill will on their players. That's not what I do here. 2 free throws for the Rockets. First one's no good by Eric Coleman. Undefeated teams in the Summer League. The Pistons, Knicks, and Magic. Is that it? Only 3 teams? Really? You missed both free throws. Spurs ball. Blake Leslie with the defensive rebound under 9 minutes to go in the game. I would go see the Spurs for less than 100. And now a foul on the Rockets. Foul fest, I tell you. Just have to have faith in the team. Do you want them to call it? What? I'm not going to call my team trash, but I'm definitely going to call them bad if they're playing bad. I'll say if they're playing bad. I'll never say an NBA player is trash because they're in the NBA. Something that I will never achieve in my life, ever. So no NBA player to me is trash. I will say they're having a bad night. Blake Wesley for 3, no good, and gets fouled. He'll go to the line for not 1, not 2, but 3 free throws. Jabari Smith Jr. has been playing tonight. I don't know if he's on the floor right now, Quanchez. I don't think he's out there. He's got some pretty blue shoes. Not pretty as in they're pretty. They're very blue. I don't see him on the court. Blake Leslie missed the first free throw. There are more Texans fans in Texas than Cowboy fans? I seriously doubt that. I mean, I don't live in Texas. The Houston Texans have never won anything. I got to imagine Dallas is still the football team in Texas. And that's coming from a New York Giants fan. Second free throw is good. All tied up. I bought the Spurs draft hat. Oh, nice. I mean, Ernie, if you like it, that's all that matters. If you enjoy the hat, then you do you. 71-70, 8.5 minutes to go. Spurs up by 1. Rockets ball. Jabari Smith Jr. is not on the floor for the Rockets. Picked 3rd overall in this year's NBA draft. Rockets ball, drive to the hoop, and a nice layup by Deshaun Nix. He's got a lot of pretty nifty little plays tonight. Spurs ball. Kai Bowman out in 3-point land. Dishes it off to DJ Stewart. Stewart's going to drive baseline. He'll dish it out. And did he step on the line? Yep. Another Spurs turnover. Life with Cozy, thank you for stopping in. Texas needs an NFL team in San Antonio. I don't know. Benjamin, good evening. They're. I don't want the NFL to expand again. There's enough teams. I'm good. 32 teams is enough. I don't want to see 34, 36, 38, 40 in my lifetime. I really don't. Dilutes the league, too. What a difficult turnaround, spin around, jumper slash layup, whatever that was by Terry Eason. Man, he's been showing us something tonight. Looks legit. Spurs fans wanted him. Could have had him. Didn't take him. Kai Bowman with bar now for San Antonio. Pass it out to Brandon. Brandon thinks about the three, pulls it down, drives baseline, goes at the rim, and will hit a little jumper off the glass. Yeah, Caleb, probably too small. Still, I believe that. Deshaun Nix with a missed jumper in the paint down the other end, and it is Spurs ball. 7:15 to go. And Branham flies in the paint, tries the thunder dunk of justice, but he gets a thunder dunk of nothingness. As a back rim down. That's the second time in 2 days Branham's gone for a huge dunk and blew it. A spectacular drive, but couldn't finish it last night, couldn't finish it tonight. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. It is Rockets ball, 10 on the shot clock. Spurs down 74-73, and we're going to have a turnover as Mitchell throws it away. Green Bay the smallest market? Danny, what's up from the Philippines? Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate all my Filipino viewers that have joined the channel over the last month. You guys have really helped grow the channel. I am not done covering Kai Soto. Just there's not a lot of news right now. I saw one website report he's staying in the NBL, but I was like, only one website's reporting this? And then reading the article, it felt like it's not official. So I think he's going to stay with the Adelaide 36ers. He is under contract, which could be hurting him too. Maybe the Adelaide 36ers contract's hurting him from getting the NBA. I don't know. He's got another year under his belt. He's still young. Branham gets pickpocketed his Rockets ball. Euro step. And the layup is no good. Josh Christopher blows the layup in the paint. Spurs ball. Kai Bowman passes it out. Pull-up jumper is short for Dominic Barlow. The Rockets on the run again. Down the other end into the paint. And a rejection by Dominic Barlow. Back on defense. Raiders in San Antonio. Who wants to live there? I'd rather live in San Antonio than Connecticut, but I have a state job. I'm not going anywhere. Abe Jimenez from the Philippines, thank you for stopping in. Quick game, though, I'll tell you. It's not even 8:45. We only have 6 minutes to go. So, short stream tonight for TSR. Last night's stream was very long for a Summer League game. Turnaround jumper is no good by Josh Christopher. Gets his own miss, passes it out for three, and it's good. Second chance opportunities for the opponent. Oy vey. Kai Bowman. Out on three-point land, 12 on the shot clock. Looks to drive and gets pickpocketed, and the Rockets are on the run again. The jumper, floater, Josh Christopher, and the Spurs were up by 18 in this game, are down by 6. Larry Taylor, thank you for stopping in there. The Rockets are up by 6, man. The Spurs, this is a 24-point swing. $106 today. Oof. Honey Badger turning. I'm not turning off the game, but man, this is who rebuild gets built first, Rockets or Spurs? Larry, the Spurs are just entering their full rebuild. They've tried to win with what they had, and it clearly wasn't enough. I think the Rockets kind of, when they traded James Harden, went full rebuild then, which was just last. They had a higher pick. You got Jabari Smith Jr. You had a 3rd overall pick. We got a 9th overall pick. I think you guys, your rebuild will be quicker. It just depends how draft picks play out. We could pass you. We could fall behind you. We could stay even with you. We'll see. It's always the 4th quarter for the Spurs. You aren't kidding. If the Spurs get Victor Wembanyama, then if he can stay healthy, that could be a franchise change your franchise type of talent. A generational talent. That's what I was looking for. I mean, I don't know a ton about Victor Wembanyama except for what I did on a draft profile on him. Thank you to all of you that watched that. And he impressed me. He could shoot, had a motor, can dunk. He's a little thin for his size, and that worries me. Ralph Sampson, Yao Ming, those type of players that are really tall, generally don't hold up in the NBA. And Sean Robinson, thank you for stopping in, channel member. Appreciate you being here. Wanyama. You think you've heard that here first. I never heard it anywhere else, but Victor Wanyama, I think I was the first one to coin that. So there you go. And that's true, Anthony. If the Spurs are the worst team in the NBA, there is only a 14% chance to get the first overall pick, and no team's trading away that first overall pick. Let me tell you right now. He's not as thin as Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren is what? 175 pounds? That's less than me. I'm 6'4", and I weigh about $195, and he weighs less than me, and he's a 7-footer. Yep, Carmelo Anthony interview. I hate ESPN, again, scrunching the screen to show an interview and just dismissing the importance of the game that's on. I hate ESPN. I hate ESPN. I hate ESPN. Darius Days, quick three. In-and-out burger. Spurs end up getting the long rebound. Back to Days. Days will pass it off, and the Spurs offense will reset with 10 on the shot clock. Kai Bowman out in three-point land. 5 minutes remaining. And Bowman turns it over. Rockets on another fast break, and into the paint. Mitchell with the miss. Fouled. Will go to the line for 2. I agree, Larry. Yes, it's going to be fun. Both teams will be rebuilding. Damn, I'm 6'2", 173. So that gives, there you go. And Chet Holmgren's 175. Melo's not coming to the Spurs. Stop now. First free throw was no good for Mitchell. No news with Kai Soto, more Yallert. I saw one website say he's coming back to the NBL, but then reading the article, it seemed more, it didn't seem like it was legit. So Kai Soto, I think he's going to play for the Adelaide 36ers next year. He's got 2 years left on his contract. I hope that's not a hindrance to him coming to the NBA, but it quite possibly could be. I've also not heard the best things about his agent. I don't know what's happening with him. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but right now there just really hasn't been any news, and I have nothing left to report on. So he's still up here, though. Or right here. Spurs ball. 6 on the shot clock. Somebody got to shoot. Somebody's got to shoot. Finally, somebody's going to shoot that three-pointer. DJ Stewart with a big 3 with the shot clock expiring. Good evening, Kyle Cruz. Yeah, Kuminga had a lot of points, but he also took a lot of shots. Channeling his inner Allen Iverson. Iverson scored 35 last night. Really? Yeah, but he was 10 of 30 from the field. Nice defense by the Spurs. Spurs got a fast break off the block and into the paint and rejected from behind. It'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spurs. And, of course, Blake Wesley gets rejected. I like what I see out of Blake Wesley, but, man, I don't think I've ever seen a player get rejected so much in the paint as him. It's like he's Muggsy Bogues out there, but he's not. He's like, what, 6'4", 6'5", and has incredible length, but he just rejected left and right. That 3 is no good. I like Wesley. Man, the Spurs shooting disappearing in the fourth quarter. Drive, layup, good, and 1 for Josh Christopher. 81-76. Of course he got rejected. Michelob Primo's out because of the 1-9. I know McClung is now too, man. McDung was great last night. Jabal stats and Ty Washington, quiet night. Jabari Smith Jr. has been pretty solid. Your MVP for tonight is Terry Eason if you're a Rockets fan. Terry Eason's looked fantastic. Trey Jones could give him a run for his money. I think Trey Jones is going to be our point guard starting the season. I just have a gut feeling now. Free throw is good. Bounced off the back iron, went up in the air, went in. Under 4 minutes to go, the San Antonio Spurs are down by 6. And that's relevant because they were up by 18. In life, you got it. Wow, Blake Wesley is 2 of 16. He's actually worse than Joshua Primo last night, who went 2 for 15. Malachi Branham with a huge three. Wesley having a complete dud of Rooney. Ooh, Kyle throwing some shade. That's harsh, dude. That's harsh. Josh Christopher drives, pull-up jumper is good. Josh Christopher's also had some good moments tonight. Is it Tari? I don't know. I don't follow the Rockets. Is it Tari using? My apologies. Tari using Malachi Branham. Misses the jumper. So Tari. Okay. Well, now I know. And knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. 3 minutes to go. Jabari Smith Jr. into the paint, fouled. Yeah, Primo's out with that, Lance. Yes, he is. Oh, I don't think Trey Jones got rejected that much. He's actually pretty good at keeping the ball away from the opposing team, using his body to block out the defender. Tony Parker was a masterclass at getting into the paint, and he was not tall. He was, what, 6'1", 6'2", and was able to constantly find ways to score in the paint. MJ comes out of retirement and has agreed to it. Michael Jordan is over 50, isn't he? Yeah, Jordan's over 50. Is he 60? Yeah, Jordan's over 60. Jordan's not coming out of retirement. Floater King, yep. You got that right. Floater King for sure. I think I don't think Tony dunked even. Did Tony even dunk 10 times in his life? It's hard to find highlights of Tony Parker dunking, that's for sure. He's not 70. I want to say he was like 38 when he joined the Wizards in 98, which I believe he was born in 1960, which would make him 62. I think Jordan's 62 this year. Oh, he's 50. Is he 59? That's it. He's not even 60? That sounds low. When did he play with the Wizards? Oh, you know what? The Wizards he played in the 2000s. My bad. It's hard to remember all his retirements. He didn't join the Wizards until like the 2000s, right? The last Bulls championship was 98. Then he took what, he joined the Wizards in the 2000s at 38. All right. That sounds about right. I think he'll be 60 this year-ish. Yeah, or was it 2001? Dang, was it? Okay, wow. It feels like it was longer ago than that. Okay. He'll be 60 this year. Okay. He's still not coming out of retirement. Although, he probably could still help the Spurs. Air Jordan. My goat. Rich, do you remember Roger Mason Jr.? Name sounds vaguely familiar. I don't remember what he did, though. I don't. Spurs down by 5 if you're just coming in. San Antonio was up by 18 and is now down by 5. With Jabari Smith Jr. at the line for the Rockets with 2:55 to go. Well, my Blake Wesley steal the draft video is not aging well right now, is it, that I did this morning? Yes, he did, Ashan. Yes, he did. Meow, meow, good evening. Wesley 2 for 16. I know, man. Whatever hype he had going into from the last 2 games completely derailed tonight. He has looked awful. It is Spurs ball. Javen Delarier is checked in, getting some late game time. Odd. Okay. Blake Leslie with the ball right now. Pick and roll. 1-on-1 with Jabari Smith. Crossover, takes off into the paint. Stops, pops, and turns the ball over. Spurs get the ball back. Interception by Wesley. Drives to the paint. Throws it the layup. And one! Rockets are trying to say it should be waved off. Is that a shot clock violation? Oh, I think it was a shot clock violation. Crap. This is a WNBA team. Ouch! Wow. Yep, ball's in his hand. That's shot clock violation. They just showed it on the replay. I hope that was somebody's got to pop. If everybody plays like they did last year, the Spurs might not win 20 games, my friends. Hate to say it. Beautiful movement in the paint, but lack of a finish by Dayshawn Nix. Offensive putback is no good. Spurs on the run. Branham, quick 3. No good. Spurs get the offensive board. Branham into the paint. All sorts out of control. Misses. Fight for the board. And finally, the Rockets get it. Rockets fast break and an easy, massive, huge two-handed dunk for Josh Christopher, and that's the exclamation point. And that is probably the dagger. Dagger! Spurs. Oh, they just gave the Spurs the bucket. They just gave the Spurs a bucket. All right, it must have been the Blake Wesley layup. Spurs down by 7 with under 2 minutes to go. That could be the final nail. Wesley for 3, no good. His three-point shooting has been atrocious tonight. How do you go from like 67% to like 7%? And Jabari Smith Jr., offensive board, put back, good, 1 and 1. That's a dagger. Yeah, Jordan, I thought the Spurs Summer League would be fire too. It's been the senior men. Thank you for stopping in the $2 super chat. I'm wearing Keldon Johnson. Collapse, correct. Yep, up by double digits. Might lose by double digits now. Only the San Antonio Spurs, my friends. Only our Spurs. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. It does help the channel. 3-point play is good for Jabari. Down by double digits, guys. I think we were up by 18 at one point, Kalo. Blake Wesley with the ball. Drives, passes it out for 3. A 3 is good by DJ Stewart. This post-game stats are not going to be fun to pull up. Top 10 players in the NBA. Off the top of my head, Giannis, LeBron's still on there. Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Jokic. That's 6. See, I don't want to leave anybody out. Doncic. Hey, we got another super chat. $5 super chat. What do we got here? That is the senior man dropping another super chat, he says. Nice. I really like Lonnie, so I hope he stays. I'm also very excited for the draft picks this year. It's going to take a while to win, though. Wait. Hold on. The senior man, are you saying you hope Lonnie Walker stays with the Spurs? Lonnie Walker is no longer a San Antonio Spur. Lonnie Walker signed with the Los Angeles Lakers. That's not a troll. Lonnie Walker is gone. If you haven't caught the news, Lonnie Walker no longer a Spur. And they're saying it in the chat now. He is with the Lakers. The first free throw is good, by the way, for the Rockets. The Spurs offered a... Is this 3 free throws? Oh, jeez. I think I was looking at the super chat when there was a three-pointer shot that was fouled. Lonnie Walker was given an offer by the San Antonio Spurs. He asked the Spurs to rescind the offer so he could be an unrestricted free agent. Oof, when did that happen? Thank you for the $2 super chat, the senior man. 10 days ago? 14 days ago? Yeah, he signed with the Los Angeles Lakers for 1 year for like $6 million. $6.3 million, the same thing the Spurs offered him, so he didn't want to be here. Spurs turn the ball over. Fast break, Josh Christopher layup is no good. Spurs get the ball back, down by 9 with 45 seconds to go. And the Spurs lose the ball out of bounds. Kalo, I'm not trolling anybody. It's just a fact. Lonnie Walker's gone. What happened? The Spurs halved in glaze and bacon. We had a double-digit lead, and now we're down by almost double digits. Oh, Sanchez, it doesn't work like that. Ty Washington misses a shot. It's knocked in by... There were 2 Rockets there. I don't know who tipped the ball in. That's an 11-point lead for the Rockets. Blake Wesley out in 3-point land. Drives into the paint. Stops, throws it up left-handed. Terrible shot. Rockets have another fast break. Josh Christopher throws it, comes in and throws down a windmill dunk to put the exclamation point on the San Antonio Spurs in the AT&T Center. Wow. Wow. I was excited for the Summer League last night. I was excited for the Summer League tonight. I'm not excited for the Summer League anymore. 2 blown leads. Primo looked like poop last night. Wesley looked like poop tonight. Primo's out. Sohan's not playing. Wow. I'm I'm going to pull up the final game stats, my friends, and then call it a night. Thank you for hanging out. If you're heading out, please hit the thumbs up on the way out. It still does help the channel. If you're a Spurs fan, this is a little depressing. Spurs got outscored 51-30 in the second half. We're up by 14 in the first half and ended up losing by 13. Outscored by 10 in the third quarter, outscored by 11 in the fourth. An awful, awful game for the Spurs in the second half. My Lanta. Final game stats. Getting it up now. I'm getting it up now. You know what I'm saying? All right. For the Houston Rockets, Ethan had a fantastic game. 22 points, 10 boards, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Jabari Smith Jr., 19 points and 9 rebounds. Ty Washington with 8. Deshaun Nix with 18. Josh Christopher with 18. Very solid. The starting lineup, all pluses, by the way. Plus 10, plus 23, plus 21, plus 10, plus 23. Great job by this Rocket starting lineup. Their bench didn't really do much. Hudgens with 5, Lamb with 3, Mitchell with 0, and Holman with 4. For the San Antonio Spurs, struggle's going to be real here. Dominic Barlow had a solid night with 13 points. Robert Woodard with 7. DJ Stewart with 6. Blake Wesley. He did have 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, and 3 steals. However, he was 0 for 7 from 3, 3 of 20. That's 15%, my friends. He shot 15% from the field, 3 of 20. Malachi Branham, better night, had 18 points, although he did have 5 turnovers. Actually, our starting lineup was very turnover prone. Barlow had 4 turnovers, Woodard with 2, Stewart with 2, Wesley with 3, Branham with 5, that's 8, 10, 12, 16 turnovers just by the starting lineup, plus we had 9 more turnovers off the bench. That's not Spurs basketball. Anyway, off the bench, Darius Days still had a solid, efficient game, 13 points and 11 rebounds. DeLaurier had 4, Bowman with 4, Hall with 3, and Edwards played 3 minutes and had 0. Darius Days still looking like our best player off the bench. Man, Blake Wesley, 3 for 20. 3 for 20. Oh, I got another super chat. I don't want to miss that. $5 super chat from the senior minute. Well, that sucks. It showed he was still on the roster today. Oh, it does? So I was happy. Now my dreams are crushed, but I guess he's an opponent now. So him, my new fave. Yeah, sorry, man. I was a little surprised at it. I was surprised at the fact that the Spurs offered him $6 million. He wanted the offer rescinded. Then he signed for the same thing in LA. Obviously has a much better chance to win a championship with the Lakers. Will Lonnie Walker start with LA? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, nice picture, Kyle. You have a new picture. It's kind of hard to tell what it is because I'm on my old computer, which is kind of small. But I want to thank y'all for being here. This is my last Summer League game for the Spurs. I'm not doing Friday's game. It's at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's a terrible time to call an NBA game. I also don't get NBA TV, which is going to be televised on, so that's a double negative. If the Summer League is indicative of what's going to happen in the regular season, it's going to be a long regular season, as some of you are saying right now. Hey, short stream, about 2 hours. That's cool. Appreciate y'all being here. My next live stream, no idea when that will be. We'll see. I'll, of course, be doing videos for the rest of July on the Spurs. If there's any Kai Soto news, I'll do it. If there's a draft, I do need to check out Scoot Henderson and do a scouting report on him at some point soon. I'd like to check him out. And if there's any Giants news, maybe I'll do a Giants video. There's been so little Giants news. A lot of Giants channels aren't doing it. The Entertainer Talking Sports, a Giants channel I follow, hasn't done any Giants news in like 2 months. So Giants news is very quiet right now. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Tough loss. But you know what? That's kind of been the Spurs the last few seasons, whether it's our NBA team or apparently our Summer League team. Until next time, what you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!